he's still fighting. Um, okay, let me not be that guy. But yeah, he's pretty old. Damon Blackshear is going to have a 3-inch reach advantage in this particular fight. Finishing ability goes to. I think both of them are pretty decent at finishing fights, but Davey Grant is a little bit better at 81%, and Damon Blackshear is at 76%. Okay, not too terrible. So both of them have an idea of how to finish a fight. As far as striking goes, David Grant has a volume advantage. Not too massive, but he has a volume advantage. He's going to be throwing a little bit more than Damon Blackshear. But still, I don't know if it's going to matter that much because I do feel like technically I lean more towards Damon Blackshear, which is kind of crazy considering Blackshear is a grappler. But I don't know, man. I feel like Davy Grant is going to have an output advantage. I'm Twizzy Rich. Yo, this will be a close fight if Grant's durability isn't completely gone, in my opinion. Yeah, yeah, it might very well be, to be honest. But initially, I was about to write off Davy Grant, but yeah, I'm looking at it and I think you might have a point, Twizzy Rich. I'm sure should make it black should easily win, but is too stupid to grapple right away. the the random insults that that you like to throw out, they catch me off guard, man. Anyway, I think Davy Grant is going to have an output advantage. I think he's better defensively, but technical striking ability goes to Damon Blackshear. But even though it pains me to say this, I think Davy Grant might be a little bit more effective. Although I give technique to Damon Blackshear on the feet, crazy, I know, but I think technique goes to Damon Blackshear as far as striking technique, but effectiveness with the striking goes to Davy Grant. So for those who don't understand what I mean by this, because I normally say this when I'm breaking down striking matches, what I mean is who who is going to be a little bit more dynamic with the strikes, right? That's basically why I say when it comes to technical striking abilities, I mean how who is going to be better as far as dynamics go of striking, who's going to be look a little bit better, who's going to make the right decision striking wise. And when I say effective, I'm just saying even if someone is unorthodox, does what they're doing work, right? In this particular situation, I feel like David Grant is going to be a little bit more effective with the volume, and defensively, I think he might be a little bit better. But technically, I feel like Damon Blackshear is going to be better. Grappling wise, Damon Blackshear is a little bit better. Submission wise, he's a little bit better. Not even a little bit better. I think he is probably more seasoned and has pretty decent, not pretty decent, but actually decent takedown defense. Whereas Davy Grant, I think, is going to be a little bit easier to take down. So I think the best path to victory is to wrestle for Damon Blackshear because on the feet it might get a little bit tricky because even though I feel like Damon Blackshear might have a shot at actually winning this fight on the feet, um, my biggest concern is output, right? I feel like if the Blackshear does not finish this fight, we might see a situation where he loses a decision. Even though let me check. How old is? I feel like Davy Grant should be like somewhere at 40 years. I don't know. How old is this guy? Like he's like I don't know. Let me check. Yeah, yeah. Davy Grant is like 39. Yeah. So yeah. Thank you, Tweezy. I had checked. Nah, man. I mean, Blackshear is such. I echo what Tweezy Rich was saying. I mean, Shawshot McGee was saying. I feel like Blackshear makes such stupid mistakes that he might actually throw this one. Davy Grant is technically And I mean, it's more effective. It's not technically better. Blackshear is technically better. However, now coming to, because I didn't actually even take a look at his age, but now come to think of it, I feel like Davy Grant might be a little bit slower um, in this particular fight in comparison to Blackshear, but his striking, unfortunately, is a little bit more effective. And we saw that against Brad. Is it Brad? Is it Tavares? Let me actually check. It can't be. What's this guy's name? Oh, Ramon Tavares. Yes. So, and he actually went to a split decision with Marcos. Is it Daniel Marcos? Yes, split decision with Daniel Marcos, and I mean Marcos is still undefeated as far as I know, and he actually got one of the. Okay, let me see. Okay, he's no longer undefeated. Let me see. Yeah, he lost to Montel Jackson. But up until then, man, he beat Adrian Yanez. Okay, just Castaneda is not that great. Man, Aori Quileng. Okay, it's not too deep. It's not too bad. Okay. I don't know, man. I'm diving too deep into this fight. I'm- Maybe I'm overthinking this. Um, on the feed, it might be a little bit tricky, but I do feel like Blackshear should be a little bit better. But we never know, and it's kind of crazy to think, but it doesn't feel like the age is affecting these guys anymore. It's either the prospects are getting worse or something is happening. I don't know what these old guys are using, but man, they don't look as old anymore. they, they don't look as old, you know. So I mean, oof. So yeah, I think Damon Blackshear should win this one, but I agree with Twizy now. I think this might be a little bit closer now. Which is kind of crazy to see about a 39-year-old fighting a young prospect. But Shoshat McGee, as Shoshat McGee said, Blackshear is so dumb sometimes, man. So my subscribers and I are going with Damon Blackshear. But I genuinely agree with Twizy Rich. This might be a little bit closer than we anticipate. Um, Twizy Rich, Grand by Sub was one of my favorite plays ever. LOL, as Asunkao. What does that mean? He pulled it out, the bag, robbed him, and hit an insane sub. Okay, yeah, no, I mean he has some like good grappling, but I think he is comfortable being on his back, and I think that will play into Blackshear's game, and I think Blackshear is good enough to avoid anything that Grant might try to do on the ground. Shoshat McGee, Blackshear is the 135 Holland, unfortunately. That's dumb. At the very least, I feel like Blackshear tries to win. I don't think Kevin Holland tries to win. Twizy Rich and Blackshear obviously way better grappler than these guys. He's fought though. Yeah, 100%. Twizy Rich like 39. Okay, yeah, thanks. Shoshat McGee and Blackshear gets hit and doesn't seem to be comfortable in the pocket. And Davey is nasty in the pocket. Yeah. Mr. Going up, Blackshear should get the submission. I genuinely feel that way as well, but you never know with Blackshear. Twizy Rich, in my opinion, Grant should be on a win streak since the Giannis fight. Okay. Shoshat McGee, Black could make it easy, but won't wrestle till the second round. That's only if he gets hurt. I could see that. That's one of the things that worry me. Davey is not aging like normal. Dude is like Wonder Boy. Yeah, 100%. Twizy Rich, for real, bro. Some of these old dudes have been aging in reverse, like Raoni. Yeah, I mean, it seems like whatever Raoni is taking. Okay, I'm not accusing anyone of anything. I'm just saying. Uh, but I don't think Johnson is aging in reverse, man. I just felt like Holland was trash. Similarly with Zelhuba, similarly with Ige. I don't feel like there are those that are performing like like for example, Wonder Boy still looks really good even at his age, which is kind of crazy, right? But there are some that actually like are like okay, he looks his age, just that the person he's fighting is quite trash. Um, Shoshat Miki, I'm saying 2025 year of the hunger. Shoshat Miki, if Blackshear trains at X3, bet the house on Davey. I agree to reach. Yeah, I don't think Grant is. Yeah, I don't think. Um, oh, Tuesday Richard. Yeah, I don't think Grant is on Blackshear's level. On the ground, they just got hella hype when he hit the sub. Yeah, 100%. Tuesday Rich. Do you think he lost to Yanis or Marcos? To be honest, it's kind of hard for me to recall those. So it would be unfair for me to actually make a call on that because I can't actually exactly remember what happened in those particular fights. Um, so yeah, I mean, I would have to watch them again. And normally when I analyze fights, I don't go too far back. Shojot McGee, he won the Marcos fight. 2-0. Holland definitely was drained from all those fights and another weight cut from 170 at 6'3" as well. They're thinking back. Nah, I think Kevin Holland underestimated he had Rodriguez and actually paid for it. I don't think Kevin Holland is the kind you can see it like Kevin Holland is an egotistical guy, right? If he comes on and you saw it in the podcast, you can clearly see that the guy is egotistical. So I'm willing to bet that this guy saw Rodriguez's recent fights and he was like, ah man, I'm not gonna lose to this guy. I don't even have to train that hard, man. I can beat this guy. I I can. I'm 90% sure that that's what happened. Kevin Holland didn't put in the same amount of effort because he felt like, okay, I can beat this guy without making an effort, like without even sweating. And I think that's why he lost. I'm willing to bet that he got overconfident, didn't train enough, and then actually ended up losing. Twizy Rich, let me see. To the rich, I doubt any version of Holland would have got the chin that bad. LOL. I mean, he had like 7 fights this year. I don't know how it wouldn't affect him. Shashat McGee, Holland couldn't land anything. Like he hasn't sparred or hit pads in months. Yeah, I think that's what happened. She's rich, but he probably also wasn't locked in. I don't think he was training enough, man. But yeah, ultimately he sucks. I think his ego is his downfall. Anyway, let's go to the last fight, guys. Uh, yeah, I think I'm done with this one. My subscribers and I are going with Damon Blackshear. I'm not very confident, but we'll see what happens. It's kind of crazy to say this about a young guy fighting a 39-year-old, but in today's time, it's not that crazy. Let's go to the next fight. Do this.